Hey, I'm sorry to bother you. I own a landscaping company, and I was driving by. We were looking at this house across the street. Do you know if anybody actually lives in that house?
That one?
The one straight, yeah.
I don't think anybody owns that one.
Nobody owns that one. You haven't seen anybody there in a long time?
We haven't lived here that long, but I mean, it's empty, it's abandoned.
Okay. We do. We actually go around in the community and like clean up abandoned houses and stuff like that.
Oh,
Our
nice.
landscaping business does that, so we may try to get that cleaned up a little bit.
Oh, that's
Sometimes
nice.
it's helpful for the neighbors because once they start popping up like that and they just get overtaken. You know.
That's a lot. They just cleaned that one up. That one was worse than that one.
Oh,
that one
really?
had trees and everything. They just cut all those down.
Interesting.
But yeah, that one's abandoned.
Cool. All right.
All right.
Well, I appreciate it.
Oh, you're welcome.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Okay. He's talking to us. Hello.
What are y'all doing?
We're just cleaning up this property.
I know, what's the point of doing that?
And doing this to help people. Hey, this is Justin from the Blessing Boys, and we have quite an interesting yard transformation for you today. So me and my son Ty were driving and we came across this yard, noticed how overgrown it was, and so we had to stop. We knocked on multiple doors to get the story behind the home because it was clear no one lived there, and after speaking to the neighbor, we decided to go ahead and mow the yard. Now about midway through, I started hearing yelling coming from the neighbor's window, and it caught me kind of off guard. I'll have to say it wasn't exactly what I was expecting. It wasn't the most pleasant encounter. This lady wasn't very happy that we were there, but I won't say much more about that. Just stick around to the end to see this woman's reaction to what we were doing, and let me know your thoughts down in the comment. Hey, thanks to all of our fans and subscribers for watching these videos. Now let's get right into this yard. He's talking to us. Hello.
What are y'all doing?
We're just cleaning up this property. You own this property?
I know who owns it.
Okay.
It was my mother's.
Oh, okay. Do you own it now?
No,
Okay. Is your mother lived there at some point, I
no,
guess?
not now.
Okay, yeah. So we knocked on the door and then we went and talked to the neighbors. So what we do is we live here in the area, and then when we see properties that for whatever reason have overgrown, we just like to come help clean them up. We tried to knock on your door earlier, but we couldn't get anybody to come to the door.
Well,
Is that okay? We won't bother anything. We'll just finish cleaning up this grass and get it mowed down. We don't charge anything.
I don't know. I don't know about it for that.
Yes, ma'am. Yeah, we won't. We're just mowing the grass and tidying it up for you, just to get it looking nice. We don't ask for any pay or anything like that, okay?
Well, this is winter time, it'll all die out.
Yeah, that'll stay like that though, and it'll start growing up from there as soon as spring hits.
Now, where y'all from?
We live in the Burlington area.
I know, but what's the point of doing that?
In doing this to help people.
Yeah, but nobody lives there.
Okay. Yeah, because so when these properties grow up like this, a lot of times they'll attract a lot of rodents and it just doesn't look good for the neighborhood. So we just try to help
Well, honey,
tidy things up.
This neighborhood's not fancy anyway.
Yeah, I understand that. Okay, so you want us to stop?
I think you might
Okay, no problem.
be. Okay.
We'll respect that.
All right.
All right, you take care, okay? Thank you. All right, so I got to say that was a first. We've never actually run into that, getting kicked off of a yard. Usually, we've done, we try our best to figure out, who owns the property and stuff like that, and talk to them. We obviously went and knocked on that same person's door. They didn't come to their door or anything like that, so we were kind of shocked when they were yelling out and then wanted us to get off the property. But that was a first. That's the first time. Usually when we explain to people kind of what we're doing and why we're trying to help and stuff like that, they're glad to let us finish the property, but it wasn't so in that case. And I understand, not everybody's gonna try, understand what you're doing or appreciate what you're doing and stuff like that. The one thing that did kind of confuse me though, is I was trying to explain to her about the grass, how it grows. And she was in the way she said, well, it's wintertime and that's all gonna die. But it doesn't disappear. It actually just goes dormant, and then once spring it hits, it'll kick back into gear and it'll be super duper thick. It already was. So that's what I was trying to explain to her, that it's not going to just go away.
Yeah.
But I don't know what your thoughts were on that.
She was like, well, it'll die in the winter. And I'm like, it is the winter. Does it look dead?
Yeah, it's the winter right now. It's actually really cold out. But yeah, so sorry guys, we didn't get to finish that full property. We did want to still share this video with you because it was a really cool property and cool yard, and we did end up finishing the whole front part. So I'm going to show you kind of the before and after of what that looks like on from the front yard. So we took a picture of that before and after, and then hopefully we don't get into any more trouble. But yeah, we're just trying to help people out and just help people understand that when you own a property or you own a house and you just let and neglect it like that, it's understandable if you don't care, but a lot of the neighbors do care, and it attracts rodents and stuff like that. It just doesn't look good for the neighborhood. So
They did mention the house beside it just got cleaned up.
Yeah.
And was bought, so.
Yeah, so the house on the other side was actually purchased, and it looked like they're actually cleaning it up, and the neighbor had told us, as you've seen in the beginning, that that was being cleared out. That was actually worse than the property that we were taking care of. So it looks like they're trying to do something to that part of the neighborhood. But as you see, her, and again, this is nothing against her, but her mentality was the neighborhood already looks like crap, is basically what she said. So let's just, and I don't think that's you guys can let me know in the comments. I don't think that's a very good reason to just allow something to neglect something like that. I think if we would all do our part in figuring out ways to take care of the stuff that we own, that we'd all be in a better spot, in a better position. So that's all I'll say on that. Thank you guys for continuing to support us in the work we do. It is wintertime and it's a little bit tougher to find properties, but we're out there trying to help people. Grass isn't growing, but there's a lot of leftover stuff from the summertime and things like that. But appreciate you guys so much. We'll let you take a look at the before and after shots of the front of this property and how it came out. I think it came out really good. And then we will see you in the next video. Bye.